my flatmate and I were evicted from our illegally sublet council flat we were staying in, and we're homeless again. The council said there's nothing we can do to help you. We don't have anywhere we can put you. Oh, except one place we have. It's called a hard to let flat. It's called hard to let because nobody will live there. Everybody refused to live there, but we simply had no choice. So we were given the keys to a flat on the 20th floor of this tower block in Bow in East London. It was hard to let for a very good reason. It was completely run down, nothing like as smart as it looks now. It was run down, it was full of drunks and drug addicts. And when you came home from work, and I was working in recording studios at the time, so I was keeping really unsociable hours, coming in all through the night and early in the morning. And it was basically a dice with death to go through the ground floor, which was one big toilet with massive pillars that people could hide behind. And you had the choice of walking 20 flights of stairs to your flat or taking the lift to 20 floors, both of which were scary. Your heart rate, my heart rate was always just way too high. Every time I walked in and walked out of this flat, I wasn't sure what was going to happen to me. I was living with a girl who was a little bit nuts, and she went to a nightclub one day and she had some keys cut, some copies of our flat key. She had some copies cut. She went to a nightclub. She handed them out to a bunch of strangers. Who does that? I came home one day and my flat is full of complete strangers, all off their heads on God knows what. I mean, there's probably 15 people in this small flat. And I lost my head, started screaming at everyone to get out, and they didn't. And I literally packed a case that moment and left again. So at this point, I'm back to sofa surfing again. And in terms of my mental toughness, I think it did start to really set in at this point. I started to think I need to take more control of my life. I'm going to bounce back from all these crazy disasters that just relentlessly are chucked at me. I'm going to bounce back from every one of them. And I think this was a really good turning point for me. I thought, I'm absolutely done with this life. It is intolerable. I have to be worth more. I'm sure I've got more to give. So I think this tower block, it represents all sorts of things to me, but particularly the start of me really getting some control back in my life, growing my confidence and thinking, I'm going to bounce back from whatever you chuck at me.